Hi, everyone. I'm
Hello.
Ellen
I'm
Levine,
Steve Levine.
and we have been invited to present uh, at the festival in Egypt in September. And our presentation is on September 20th from 11 to 1. That's our time in Toronto, or 5 to 7 Egypt time. And we want to introduce ourselves just briefly and talk a little bit about what we're planning to do in this presentation. So, as I said, I'm Ellen Levine, and what can I say about myself? Well, I've had a long connection with expressive arts work. I started as a psychoanalyst of children and worked also as a social worker in a clinical setting for over 30 years, and with children primarily, and parents and families. And I've been teaching expressive arts therapy in a lot of different places and contexts. Right now, in the training program that we started in Toronto called the REAT Institute, and also at the European Graduate School in Switzerland. So, Steve,
Yeah,
how about you?
yeah. I was introduced to expressive arts through the work of Paolo Canil, one of the founders of the field, and also Sean McNiff. And I was doing psychotherapy. I was working as a therapist and also teaching in York University in Toronto in social and political thought, actually. And it seemed to me that the principles that are involved in expressive arts are very much principles of life, really. Ways we want to bring to people and to help them find ways to respond to suffering and to live fuller and more satisfying lives.
I think both of us have been artists too in different areas. I've spent many years since childhood, really, as a painter. We've both worked a lot in clown and theater. Steve, you're a poet.
Yes, poet and actor.
Actor, poet. And so we've always had an appreciation of the arts. And I think what we see is that the arts have always been fundamental for human beings in the way that they help us to carry suffering, to carry challenging situations. Even in the most restricted situations,
That's right.
People find arts in prisons, in hospitals, in concentration camps. During war, people find ways to nourish themselves through these experiences with the arts.
And as we know, expressive arts therapy became a clinical discipline. And what we have found is that not only is it helpful working with people in the clinic in therapeutic situations, but it's helpful to apply it in other situations outside of the clinic, to go outside of the clinical situation and to work with people, to groups of people on social change, to find ways to help them with challenging social situations that they're in, and more recently with ecological situations, suffering that we've brought upon ourselves by a despoilment of the environment.
Well, one of the things that I've noticed recently that strikes me as so interesting and important is that there's a lot of resistance happening.
Yes.
In North American culture and in other places around the world, resistance to fascism, resistance to authoritarianism, resistance to one-dimensional thinking.
Yes, very much so.
Resistance to the oppression of one people over another people. And when I've attended demonstrations that have been resistance to these fascist tendencies, there is always some kind of art making. The signs are really inventive.
Oh, yeah.
The atmosphere is actually what I would call playful and joyful. People coming together to celebrate life in a way, and to say, at the same time, to say no
Yes.
to what's going on. So I think art is also part of protest and has always been fundamental
Yes.
to
No
protest.
no to the oppression of others, and yes to the expression of life.
One thing I'm paying attention to is what people are doing. It's called resistance singing,
Yeah.
and people are forming groups to sing together songs of resistance. That, to me, that's
beautiful.
really beautiful and really exciting ways that the arts can open to what's happening to the world and provide us with some measure of nourishment, a place to connect with each other, a feeling of belonging, a feeling of community. And I think that's what we want to explore in our presentation.
So we hope you will join us.
Yeah.
And we look forward to seeing you.
Yes. Make art, everyone, and take care of yourselves.
Make art, not war.
Right. Make art, not war.